is the value of the A57 A5 when A4 contains times A3.
Hello, Putala. Good evening to you all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Very good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, Buddha. How about these days? Are you having your exams in your school?
Yes. The
No.
value of the cell A5 is formula is
And then last day we completed lesson number 8, right? And 2 weeks we could not be able to do the Sunday class because I was busy those days actually, Buddha, due to unavoidable reasons, right? So in the Renaissance part, may I know from where we stop? Anyone could be able to let
Sir, I
me.
think we have to start political revival, sir.
You mean we want to start from the political revival, Puta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then, first of
Yes,
all,
sir.
shall I finish Renaissance Tude and then move to the last part, last Tude? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's better, sir.
That's better, right? Thank you. This is the last Tude, and you don't have anything to write. It's fully completed Tude, right? So I will send this one today to you all. Na 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 na. La 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 la. Ta na 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 na. Do 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 do. Okay, so let's have a small recapitulation of the Renaissance part, Puta. Could anyone remember where Renaissance began? In which country Renaissance began in the world?
Venice.
Is it Venice or Genoa in Italy?
So Italy. Italy. So I think the guy is wrong, sir. It's Italy.
Yeah, it's Italy in Genoa, right? Not Genoa, Florence, right? Florence, the city of Florence. Sir, we didn't complete Unit 8. Didn't we complete Unit 8 last day? Is there a small part to complete? Let me share this. I think we did Hatavasam. How about Badde Sangvidane? Did we finish it? No.
So we did up to Badde Samvidhana.
Oh, we want to finish Judicial Affairs Economic System.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Right. We'll complete this, Puta, right? We'll complete this within short period. Now, first of all, before completing this, let's complete this one, this one, Puta, right? It's about the political revival, ne? So we can complete this and both within 1 hour. Okay? Okay. So Renaissance began in the city of Florence in Italy. What was there were 3 reasons to start Renaissance, Buddha. Anyone could remember what were they? මොනවාද කියලා මතකයි නම් මට කියන්න බලන්න.
So because of the art industry.
One we can take, if I revise you once, Puta, capturing of Constantinople by,
Capturing the Constantinople by
So
Turks.
Constantinople by the Muslim Turks, right?
yeah, the year it's Puta 1453. And then another one is called criticism of the domination of church. Another one, intellectual revival. And the other one is called creation of
Growth in trade.
wealthy group. Yes, exactly, right?
Yes, sir.
And then,
Intellectual revival.
yes, so
Growth in trade.
there are four main reasons, exactly you said. And then we discuss about the changes in the universe as well as discovery of the medicine field. And now we'll move to discuss about the political economic revival and the global trend in Renaissance. Okay, let's go for discussion. Na 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 na. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let's have a table. Political, economical revival. අපි ටේබල් එකකට යන්නේ. ගං තෙර ළඟ බට පඳුරේ සිලි සිලි හඬ මට සිහිලැල් පෑ. කුළුදුල් ආදර හැඟුමන් විසිරෙන්නේ. අඩවන් වූ දෙනෙතින් නුඹ බැලු කල මගේ සිත ඉවසුම් නෑ. Political and economical revival. La 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 la. Political revival. And next one we called economic revival. Political revival, economic revival. So because of the Renaissance, let's see what are the changes happen in the world. First, Puta, before the Renaissance, it possessed, we called feudal political system or else a monarchical system. What's a monarchy, Puta?
Ruled by a royal family.
Ruled by a king. Rajek visin palne karana ratak. Right? So, Puta, we called feudalism. Feudalism for this. Feudalism means the society divides into stratas like aristocrates, king, and common people. So common people have to work in the lands of the aristocrates, and they have to give majority of their harvest as a tax to the king and the aristocrates. It's we call feudal social system, my Buddha. Right? Now what happened before Renaissance, we had monarchical system which is called feudalism. But because of the Renaissance as a political revival, Puta, they are started national states. Jatika Rajya Bihivima, national state, Puta. National state. It's the foremost significant political change occurred because of the Renaissance. Establishment of national states. Establishment of national states. Establishment of national states means, Puta, it's we called separate provincial states. States means like provinces, right? Like provinces or districts were united under one main king. Right, Puta, before Sri Lanka also, Puta, the one province was ruled by Parumakas, the other one is ruled by another Parumaka, the other one is ruled by another Parumaka. But after Sri Lanka become a national state, all the powers of the Parumakas centered around one single king. It's known as centralization of political power. So the establishment of national states is Puta, the divided power, divided power centered around one single person, and he started ruling the entire country by uniting separated provinces together. It's called national states. Then before Renaissance, we possessed separate provincial administration. After Renaissance, we had national states. Are you clear with the first point? So what's
Yes,
the
sir.
first political change happened because of the Renaissance? Beginning of what?
King of
Establishment of
State.
national state.
States. Exactly correct. Establishment of national states, Buddha. Right? So you can explain it. The separate provincial states were united together and created a national state which was ruled by one king by centralizing the political power. Very simple. With this Putha, because of the Renaissance, Ilaga change Vanninam, you all know, a middle class started. A middle class originated. Origination of a middle class. Middle class came with the Madhyama Pantya. Before Renaissance, no middle class, king, aristocrats, common people, slaves. But during Renaissance, Puta, a middle class, like group of you and me, us, but some of you may be in a higher class, rich class, Puta, right? But most of the people who are in the country, including the middle class, was struggling to live, right? So middle class started. How a middle class started? How the middle class start? By the 12th century. By the 12th century. By the 12th century. Lassanam pinni. Issersuvanaidanenne. Lassanam pinni. Issersuvanaidanenne. Middle class originated in 12th century. Right, Pudha? Now, a middle class is beginning of a middle class is also another political revival. Ikat Pudha political revival like Borapatpen. Another political revival, the third one. Edadun subapetun. Now, in this beginning of middle class Pudha, the society of land owning aristocrats lost their power because of the beginning of middle class in the society. The land owning aristocrats lost their power because of the emergence of a middle class due to new trade activities. The three political changes, beginning of national states, origination of middle class, and the power of the land aristocrats declined, diminished. Are you clear with three political revival because of the Renaissance, Putha? Are you clear that? Irikavade sinahano dakhanumbe adre Vayahankar balmathim adre. Mangahana prasnak kinangoy golangi matakiyan. Mention three political changes because of the Renaissance. One.
Beginning of
Yeah, beginning of what? National states. That's number one, correct?
Beginning of middle classes.
Yeah, very good. Emergence of middle class, perfect. Decline of the power of
Landowning aristocrats.
landowning aristocrats, Buddha. Sumudu alavaka. So what is called feudalism? So who are aristocrats? I will answer to both questions. Simple, right? Thank you very much for presenting your wonderful question. Feudalism means Buddha. All the lands belong to aristocrats. The lands belong to aristocrats. Idam mighty aristocrats. And common people had to work like slaves in those lands. And those lands cannot be taken or by the common people, Puta. They can't take it for money, at least. Aristocrats own the lands of the country from their birth. And common people had to work in their lands as slaves, and the harvest, majority of the harvest, must be given to the king and the aristocrats as a tax. It's called feudal social system or feudalism. And when we're talking about the aristocrats, the aristocrats means who are the powerful royal people in ancient time who came from their caste, not from their talent. Are you clear, Mage Buddha? ඉස්සර බැඳේ පෙම සිත්වල සුවනයි යලි පුපුදන්න බැරි එක් කළ අතැඟිලි ඔබ ඔහු සමගයි මට ඉවසන්න බැරි. Let's go for the discussion of economic revival. Yes, sir, thank you. So aristocrats are the people with lands, yeah. They're the people who own lands in the country, Puta. ඔබ පිය මංකල සමනල මාවත මට යාගන්න බැරි. When discussing about the economic revival, there was a broad transformation in the economic revival. The first one is called Maputala. Yesterday we discussed in the grade 11 all-level paper discussion also, Maputa. Accustomed to what? Accustomed to a commercial economy. Accustomed to a commercial economy. වතට යන්නං මලක් කඩන්නම් අම්මට දෙන්නම් දීලා වදින්නම් ඔතික ගන්නම් පාසල් යන්නම් අකුරු ලියන්නම් ජයක් ලබන්නම්. Starting national states as the political revival, separate provincial states united under one king, middle class originated 12th century. The society of landowning aristocrats, their power was lost. They were the political revival during Renaissance. Nice, the class is moving smoothly and with enjoyment moments. Accustomed to a commercial economy. Accustomed, what is known as accustomed, used. People were used, right? So you are accustomed to study these days. Mama පුරුදු වෙලා ඉන්නවා පුරුද්දක් විදිහට පාඩම් කරන්න. Are you doing that? Are you accustomed to study? නෑ සර් පිස්සුද විකාරවනම් කියවන්න එපා නේ පාඩම් කරන්න ගත්ත වෙලාව ඉඳන්. May I tell you a common problem that you will have? So if my opinion is correct, please give a response, right? Everyone's common problem is, everyone means most of your common problem is, once you started to study, you feel sleepy. Raise your hand if you agree with me. Once you start to study, feel sleepy. Yeah, sir, exactly right. Or else, once you started to study, you are in your imagination world. The book is like this, but you are thinking something else. What happened like this? That's your common problem. Very true, sir. So, how do I know them? How do I know them? Because, Puta, I had the same problem. Right? You know, I also had the same problem, those two problems. Right? So, that is not a problem with, it's not a specific problem with you all, Puta. It's a common problem. So, the thing is that you have to understand this is a common problem. This is not only happening to me, to our Madhushan sir also. He also has faced this problem. So, right now, I have to overcome this. How can I overcome it? So, the overcome means that through the sleepiness, you have to study. Even though you are bored, lazy, nothing to do. So I also did. Even though I was lazy, even though I was, that sleepy mood, I studied, I continued to study Buddha. Even though I was in the imagination world, all right. So I came back to the real state, real world, started studying again. So don't think it too much. Keep studying for your exam, Buddha. Right? No pain, no gain. Accustomed to a commercial economy in Sri Lanka, we had not in Sri Lanka, in the world, we had very first self-sufficient economy system. What's we call Buddha? Self-sufficient, self-sufficient economy. What is called self-sufficient economy, Buddha? Self-sufficient means producing things necessary for the country by the country itself. For example, in the most of the houses, domestic houses in the ancient time, they were self-sufficient. How it is self-sufficient, Buddha? The people had paddy fields. People grow in their own lands, and people go to their rivers, tanks, and they catch fish, Buddha. They don't buy them for money, so they have enough for themselves. That is we call self-sufficient. Even though we do have lots of money, but still we are not self-sufficient, Buddha. Why? Our money can be completely finished one day. In ancient time, people were not likewise. They were self-sufficient. They grow paddy fields. They go to the paddy field by having the amude. Ne? Amude gahang gya kumurata. Pikire manika ambulage nalla. ගොවිරාල ගොඩට ඇවිල්ලා ගලනදියෙන් ඇඟ සෝදාලා හිරල ගහේ හෙවනට වීලා නෙළුම් කොලේ එතන තියාලා ටිකිරි මැණික ඇඹුල බෙදනවා. Sri Lanka was self-sufficient. Yeah, you know that song. As most of you are not aware about Singhala Buddha. Tikiri Manika means the wife, right? The person, the farmer goes to the paddy field, and once he was tired, the wife is bringing the lunch, right? They were having the lunch with lotus leaf, nelum khole khanne. No need to buy from the ceramic ware. No need to this. No need designs things. No money, but they were happy. History calls self-sufficient, but in the world, because of the Renaissance Buddha, people started accustomed to used to a commercial economy. Commercial economy means Buddha what? Import and export trade came forward. They stopped growing, started doing trade. The first economic revival is called Magabutta what? accustomed to a commercial economy and declining self-sufficient economy. දැන් මං අහනවා ප්‍රශ්නයක්. Can you let me know 3 political revivals due to Renaissance?
Origination of national states,
Very good.
origination of middle class system,
Very good. Decline of
decline of
power of aristocrats.
power of aristocrats,
Very good. Do you know economic revival? One economic revival, Puta.
martial economy started,
Very good. Accustomed to a commercial economic system. Right. And then, which means here indirectly says Puta, growth of trade power. Growth of trade. Right? So because of the trade, there were 2 changes in countries, Puta. One is each country started national trade policy. Each country started their national trade policy. Now Sri Lanka has a national trade policy. What? Increase in tourism, increase in agriculture. But when we take to China, they have a different national policy of economy, moving their country to technology likewise. And as well as they have a national tax policy. Because of these renaissance, these things came to the world, right? And as well as Puta, import and export trade came forward. Import and export trade came forward. Right, they started Puta importing and exporting gold, silver, bronze, the types of metals, and as well as a banking system. Banking system and checks. And the usage of checks. Checks were established in the world because of the Renaissance. Are you clear this part, my Putala? May I have a response, please, from your side?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I will move to the tune then, Puta. මගේ ආදරයේ සුවනින්දේ රස සිහිනවැලේ එතිලා. Political revival. The origination of national states during the Renaissance was more significant transformation. And we are right in the next point too. The separate provincial states were united under one king. Life is very short number. Always be happy. Pallavi, the problems will come and go. Konja chill panamafi. How was my cutie story? That was my cutie story. Let me sing a cutie story. Pay attention, listen to me. Finished writing, Putala. Done? Done. A middle class originated with the Growth of trade affairs to a century when the middle class became more powerful in the society, the land-owning aristocracy started to lose the power they enjoyed. So for the middle class gained the royal assistance for their trade affairs. Economic revival, a broad transformation occurred in Europe during the Renaissance. The self-sufficient economy in the medieval age decline and growth of trading happened in this period, and we are writing for them. The government extended their direct support to widen the trade affairs. Let me sing a good day story. Pay attention, listen to me. If you want, take it, or else when I'm tension, leave it, baby. Life is very short number. Always be happy. All with the problems will come and go. கொஞ்சம் chill பண்ணுமா please. How was my good day story? That was my good day story. For that, national trade policies, national tax policies were implemented. As a result of the explorations, new sea routes were discovered and trade commodities such as gold, silver, pearl, gem, tusk could be taken to Europe. Through this, the trading developed as it was difficult and insecure in taking money, exchanging of checks and banking system started. Sir, your Kutti story is fire, sir. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you. Thank you very much. Discovery of new trade routes, Buddha. Let's write down the next point. With the capture of city of Constantinople, by the Turks in 1453 AD, the trade affairs in the east and west of the Europeans were disturbed. Done. Therefore, the Europeans tended to find new sea routes to reach Asia to gain Asian commodities. By this time, A conducive background. Conducive means Puta, it's very easy, right? Or feasible background, or else a suitable background. To explore new sea routes was setting in Europe. So we were writing the compass had been invented. The fact that the world is round proper understanding had been provided on the world by Ptolemy. World map. National states sponsored for this journey. Life is very short number. Always be happy. Follow with the problems will come and go. Kunyatil panamapi. Love, love, oh my love. I want to hear now. Why this colavari, 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 dear? Why this colavari, 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 dear? කනවෙදලා කොණ්ඩේ පාට කරපු ඇවිදිනගිනි ආවේ දිල් බාට ගල් තැලුම් මතු උණු දරවලින් වැහුණු 550 ජාතකයම උන්ටයි බන කිව්වේ. Right, finish writing Putala, complete, done. The first two countries which were interested in purpose of exploration were Portugal and Spain. Vasco da Gama reached Calicut Hub in India. This was the first sea route to Asia discovered by the Europeans. Sir, do we have the class on this Sunday? Yes. This Sunday we will be doing, right? Finish Putala. Completed. So if you are completed, we can go to the next part. All right. So we'll move to continue Buddha very quickly about this one too. The global trend in the Renaissance, there is nothing much to study about them. So we'll write down the first question. The Renaissance first started in the city of Florence in Italy. The Renaissance first started in the city of Florence in Italy. The Europeans started trying to discover new countries as a result of the explorations in Renaissance. As a result of it, Europeans spread their power in Asia, Africa, and American continents. Therefore, new relations developed with Europe and other countries in the world, commercially, socially, culturally, as well as politically. And we will write in the last point of that, Europeans propagated their religion in colonies under them. La 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 na 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 na. Finish puta, done. බලන්න දෙටු පුත මෙනිල් තලයම. Complete? Yeah. All right. So next we have to study about the influence of the Renaissance to Sri Lanka. So we'll have a table for this puta. කිත්මතු සාර කරන්නේ නනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනනനනനනn. So let's see how the Renaissance put the influence. What are the political changes and what were the economic changes happened to Sri Lanka and the social and cultural changes. Right. The first political change, we all know that Sri Lanka was a monarchy, traditional monarchy. May I know what is known as traditional monarchy? Yes, your responses are valuable, Putala. Anyone? A monarchy. What's a monarchy then? මොකක්ද monarchy එකක් කියන්නේ? Any suggestion from your side? A monarchy කියන්නේ මොකක්දෝ කියන්නෝ? Yes?
Being ruled under a king is known as a monarchy.
Very good. It's Tulaksha, right? Yes. A monarchy means traditional monarchy means because Sri Lanka was ruled by kings. So traditional monarchical system, what happened was finished. And Sri Lanka became a traditional monarchical system. Was downfall and colonized. Kandyan kingdom was colonized by British. Because of capturing Sri Lanka by the British, Sri Lanka inherited what? Sri Lanka inherited Ratnadeep Janmabhoomi, Lankadeep Vijayabhoomi. මේ අපේ උදාර වූ මාතෘභූමියයි මාතෘභූමියයි la 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 la. Sri Lanka inherited the parliamentary system. Parliamentary system. The downfall of traditional monarchical system and establishment of parliamentary system is known as the political change happened in Sri Lanka Deepaya. Now, Mangahanama, what's the first challenge? What's the first change have in political side due to Renaissance in Sri Lanka? Then the band Uttarak Katya, who Wakila?
Decline of traditional monarchy.
Very good. Declare of prejudice ruling and establishment of what? Mukhadara mune menuwata.
Parliamentary system.
Anna Raipuda Niyamai. With the Papa Ariste Hadinua. Paujim Apava Magarinua. Papa Papa Pam Papa Papa Pa. So very enthusiastic, lovely class, wonderful class, history by music. Parliamentary system, establishment of parliamentary system, Puta. Right? And you know, because of this parliamentary system, the traditional post, Tamil Adhikarams, Nilame, Mohotal, Muhandiram, right? Vidane, Porale, Pattu, the traditional posts were abolished and established new post. We called new administrative officers, right? New administrative officer post was established. Puta. La 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 la. La 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 la. And as well as establishment of legal system. Establishment of legal system. They were the political changes in Sri Lanka. Now let's go to discuss about economic changes, Buddha, right? Now, you know, because of the arrival of Europeans, Magibutta, in Sri Lanka, it started what? Cultivation in the country. So, you know, first, Dutch started cultivating what? Cinnamon. Cinnamon, 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 cinnamon. तेरे इश्क की दीवानगी चढ़ते न न न न न टिंग 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 ला 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 ना 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 ना. That started cultivating cinnamon. And then we know British started cultivating what? Cocoa, cocoa. Cinchona, cinchona.
So and rubber also, right?
Rubber, yes, very good. Tea and coffee. Siracusa, Sicilia, Dupate, Catania, Genoa, Messina, Obet Maravituna. Verona Marina, Carmela Neresa. Allora mang Italie taniuna. Ciao mang Italie taniuna. Me irtue Milano sitalai. E sitale oya sit pelai. Ding, 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 ding. And at the same time, because of this puta import and export, trade promoted in the country, and as well as usage of money and banking system established in the country. There were economic changes. When discussing about the social and cultural impacts, number one, first one. Number one, Winniputa, the development of printing publications. Development of printing publications. Oh my God. Because of the publications, printing sector started printing books, magazines, newspapers. People started reading them. And their literacy rate, buddhiya, their literacy, the people's literacy increased. Means to the literacy rate increased. Wow. Right? And we inherited European thinking. European literature started transforming in the country quickly. Establishment of spreading English education. Spreading English education. Spreading of Catholicism, right? Spreading of Catholicism in the country, right? Spreading of Catholicism, right? In the country. What we call the social and cultural changes in the country. So are you clear about this table, Putala? Shall we have a response, please?
Sir, so Europeans try to spread English education and Catholicism, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Putala. Thank you very much. So let's complete the tune now.
Sir,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yeah, Puta.
Sir, can I know what's Europeans thinking is?
Very good. European thinking means the Western culture. The Sri Lanka has traditional culture, right? But Europeans had Western culture. For example, now traditional thinking means, we were, let's take about dancing. So we were Puta ready to have Eastern dancing, Bharata. But when we are talking about the European thinking of dancing, they were using a different Western culture dancing. Let's take food pattern, right? Let's take education. Let's take literature. They were very different from the Eastern side. The Europeans are Western and their Western thinking came to Sri Lanka. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Yeah, but thank you very much for asking. And abbiamo una colloquially hai hua dila abbiamo to take our sankaranata the influence of the Renaissance on Siri Lanka Deepaya. Influence of the Renaissance. The influence of the Renaissance, which took place in Europe, reached Sri Lanka with the arrival of Portuguese, Dutch, and English nations. Political changes, appealing to the first one. Though there was a traditional system of kings ruling until the Kandyan kingdom was surrendered the ruling system ended after Sri Lanka became a colony. Ma ubhagi putuvu ඔබ මතු බුදුවන දවසේ ලාලාලා කුමරුන් සේ finish writing පුතාලා. Completed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This country received a parliamentary government system. They introduced a new administrative system and a class of new administrative officers instead of the traditional leaders such as Adhikarams, Disawe, Mohotalas, and Corales. During the British ruling, they established a legal system. So let's go for economic changes. Puta. With the arrival of European nations to this country, direct trade relations started with Europeans. Sevana pata adamin පැමිණෙන්නේ සුලැඟිල්ලේ එල්ලේ සඳ වතුරින් නොවරු හිරෙන්ම දිය කර අමිලබු සෙනෙහස පුතුට පොවනු මැන සෙනෙහස ගිලිහි වියලුණු පුතු ලොව මෞනි ඔබේ කිරිදියෙන් තෙමනු මැන අම්මා ජීවන උයන්තරේ නොනිමීදල් වෙන පහනකි නිරන්තරේ ඔබ මට සුවඳ දෙන්න. You know, it's a miracle, right? So we all know that the blood turned into milk. How it is possible, Putta, right? Wow, it's a wonderful miracle. That can be happen only to a real mother through mom. The Dutch cultivated cinnamon, aiming at trading. The British cultivated cocoa in quality and rubber. As a result, self-sufficient economic collapse and started import-export economy in the country. Apart from this, spreading usage of money and a new middle class which earn money is created. So social and cultural transformation with the advancement of the printing due to publication of books, magazines, and newspapers, the knowledge of the society increased. La 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 la. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 la 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 la. So this country inherited the European thinking as well as its literature. Religious sects in Europe were propagated in this country. Finished Patala, completed, done. Done right, Putta, finish. All right. So now we want to complete lesson number 8 part, judiciary and economic system and social organization. So before that, Putta, let's take our break, right? Is it okay? Shall we get the break right now?
Okay, sir.
All right, the time is 9:12 p.m. We'll get until 9:27 p.m. as our usual 15-minute break. Come on, take your break, Putta. Hello, Putala. Are you all here? Yeah. Okay. So let's start about the Kandyan Kingdom judiciary, economic system, and the social organization. Tedini viraga uruvini la 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 ruhunusuraga. Are you ready for the next week history exam, Puta? So we are having our exam next week. Are you ready for that? So when will the class end? 10, right? Puta, 10. Next week, we are having our official third term exam, Puta. And what we are doing in December month. So even though I have sent this, even though I'm sending this fully completed note, so in the month of December, I'm completing this one. I'm giving special mind maps and everything to you all, right? And as well as we will be starting our official grade 11 too. Right. Judicial affairs of the Kandyan kingdom. Mango kalunendi mokadei me pette sende ame bala gederin anaganti. Judicial affairs. The judicial affairs means the legal side, right? The legal part of the Kandyan kingdom. So in the legal part of the Kandyan kingdom or judicial affairs, Puta, the highest position, the highest judicial power was possessed by the king. The highest judicial power was vested to the king. Na, 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 na. La 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 la. The highest power was vested to the king. Wow, what a nice picture. Then Buddha, the king had the authority. The king had the sole authority the king had the sole authority to hear some cases. The sole authority means Buddha, one and only authority. One and only authoritative power, the sole. One and only. Right? The king had the one and only authority to hear some cases. They were known as මොනාද ඒ රජතුමාට විතරක් අහුම්කම් දෙන්න පුළුවන් අහන්න පුළුවන් cases ටික. බලමු අපි ඒ මොනාද කියලා. 1 2 3 and 4. First one, cases regarding Cases regarding important leaders. So cases, problems related to important leaders only heard by the king. And cases regarding riots. Riots means with the struggles, caroling, right? Fights. Cases regarding to fights only heard by the king. Cases regarding conspiracies. Conspiracies we call kumantrana or coups. Kumantrana. So what is the Tamil word for conspiracies, Puta? May I know? The Tamil word for conspiracy? Don't know, sir. Uh,
Surgery. Surgery. Surgery.
is it surgery? Surgery.
Surgery.
Surgery, right? And as well as cases regarding treason. The treasurer, Bahandagare. So all these 4 cases only were hearing by the king. No other people, Aristocracies, Mohandirams, Mohottalas, Adhikarams has no any power to hear these 4 cases. So this is related to the judicial affairs. There is nothing much to study about judicial affairs. But when discussing about the economic activities, let's discuss about the economic system in the same plot. Economy. But discussing about the economy, Puta, the Kandyan kingdom. Are there students from Kandy? Treasure means the treasure, Bahandagare. Are there any students from Kandy? So in Kandyan kingdom, Puta, it was based in agriculture. Agriculture based economic system was there. And have you seen the Kandyan kingdom, Kandyan agriculture, Puta? We call it terrace cultivation. Terrace cultivation. මුතුහාදු සුලගේ නුඹගාව දැවති දෙතොලේ ලැගුම් සොය සොයා. I will show you image of terrace cultivation. උදාවේ සැබෑ නෙක ස්වර්ණ රැස් රඟනාවෙහි තිබේ. This is we call with terrace cultivation. The cultivation not in a flat land, right? So agriculture is considered as consumer based. Consumer based. What is called consumer based? It's based for eating, consumption, not for trading. Right? Not for trading. Consumer means eating or trade. Eating not for trading. Right? Not for getting economic benefit, But today we do agriculture to get economic benefit, right? And the Kandyan Kingdom economy, it was a self-sufficient economic system. Self-sufficient. So self-sufficient economy was there in the Kandyan Kingdom. And Kandyan Kingdom was hilly areas. Lands were limited. Lands for paddy were very limited, Putta. Right? Lands for paddy were very limited in the Kandyan Kingdom. At the same time, large quantity of land, large quantity of lands in the Kandyan Kingdom was used for chain cultivation, Putta. Right? The paddy cultivation was the main cultivation, but the large amount of lands were used for chain cultivation, my Putta. Iron, right? Iron, wood, metal, and lacquer. Have you seen lacquer and reed? Wewel karmante Putta. Industry were in a developed state. I will show you lacquer and reed industry, right? This is we call the lacquer industry. Let's take reed. Na, 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 na. All right, this is called reed industry, and this one Utalak industry, and at the same time, animal husbandry was done in Kandyan Kingdom. Animal husbandry was done in Kandyan Kingdom. So this is all about the economy of the Kandyan Kingdom, Buddha. Right. Okay, so let's go for the completion of the Tiyut, Buddha. Judicial affairs. Write down the first point. The king possessed the highest judicial power. The king possessed the highest judicial power. උල්පත වූ අම්මා මනු.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, පුතා.
I can't find the tute in the group.
Oh, I will send again, පුතා, right?
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, my පුතා. Finish writing. සඳරැක විදින්නේ කළුව බිඳ රන් කඳ තාම පැල් රකින්නවදෝ නිදි නැතිව. Every officer possessed a judicial, right? Not judicial. Judicial power according to their post. Only the king had the sole authority to hear some cases. There were several cases heard only by the king, Putabi. The first one, cases regarding important leaders. Second one, cases regarding riots. Third one, cases regarding conspiracies. And fourth one, cases regarding treasurer.
Cases regarding temples, right?
Yeah, Buddha. Treasurer, not treasurer. Tunyam heen dek dek mokadai gedere hinde ran kandta pel rakinavado nidi nesive sandek vidin heni aluve. Next one, economic system. It was an agriculture economy that existed during the Kandyan kingdom. The first point, it was consumer-based. It's consumer-based agriculture. The economy was self-sufficient. Since there were many hilly areas, the lands for paddy cultivation was limited. A large quantity of land in the Kandyan kingdom was used for chain cultivation. Iron, wood, metal, lacquer, and reed industry were in a developed state. Animal husbandry too was done for agriculture and getting milk. Finish writing, Putala. Done. All right. social organization. So we'll write the last one, Puta. It was accepted that the owner of all land in the country was the king. So this point is extra, Puta. Very sorry. It was accepted that the owner of the all lands in the country was the king. The land in the Kandyan kingdom were divided into several parts based on the ownership and enjoyment. So these are important MCQ questions. Gabadagam, the lands allocated for the use of king's palace. Nindagam, the lands granted to the aristocrats for their service. Viharagam, the lands offered to the temples. Devalagam, the lands offered to the devalas. Paravenikam, the lands enjoyed by the villagers for generations. So this is coming for your MCQ. So please have a note star mark Puta for this. Have double, triple star marks. So it was a rural society that existed in the Kandyan kingdom. Village was self-sufficient. Marriage was based on the caste, not case, caste system. Kula Kramaya caste system. So this is the end of the Kandyan kingdom as well as lesson number 9. So we have only remaining one lesson, Puta. Finish, Putala.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I can't hear your voice loudly. How about others, Puta? Am I clear enough?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now this Sunday morning, we will be having a discussion of lesson number 10, right? And next next 28, we are having our grade 10 third term exam, right? And in the month of December, so I will be giving you marks as well as I will be completing lesson number 10 also, because that is also coming for our examination, right? And then at the end of our December, Buddha will be starting grade 11. So, sir, 8th of December, we are having our exam, right? So, December, right? So, before that, definitely we can cover many parts, Buddha. Don't worry. So, from lesson number 1 to lesson number 9, are you okay, Buddha? This Sunday also we'll have a small recapitulation of lesson number 9s. Are you okay, Buddha, for all lessons, lesson number 1 to 9? Yeah, sir, clear, right. Okay, then. So any problems related to today's part?
No, sir.
No. All right, Putra. Then let's meet next week with the exam. Study well, right? Keep studying. Let's meet next week. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless you all. See you all. Bye.
Good night, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Bye, sir.
Have a
Goodbye.
good night. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye, Putra.